Elephantman Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man, brother DB. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know when new material coming out. IG Elephantman underscore podcast, Facebook / Elephant Man. First YouTube subscription, hit the Paleo Hebrew in the top right or the bottom right corner. Twitter is / Poster Boys, and we're also on Twitter. I'm sorry, uh, I forgot the name of it. TikTok at ElephantMan219. Go there, see what's going on. Blessings to everybody. Shalom. Eric Tinsley, shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom, shalom. All right. Hope everybody enjoying themselves today, and hope everybody is having a good and have a blessed day. This is a day that the Most High has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We will not be on here long. We had some technical issues last week. I tried to play the Gates of Holder 3. That was the first time a lot of people seen that, and they said it was great. Shout out to Gates of Holder. Shout out to sister Shonda Lodge for reaching over 10,000 uh, subscribers and 1 million views. You know, shout out to We Woke Now. Shout out to Teo Ministries. Shout out to Dante. Shout out to Karis. Shout out to Sister E. You know, the list goes on and on. Blessings. Shalom. If I forgot anybody. Shout out to Red Letter and Rap. Um, Shout out to Big Red. You know. Shout out to Greg and Jalen. I told y'all I was going to shout y'all out. Shout out to my wife. Yeah, man, we just on here just chewing the fat a little bit, chewing the fat. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of crazy stuff going on. A lot of crazy stuff going on. And it never seems to amaze me um, how people are supposed to be. I don't know how can you. Well, I'm not going to say that. That's offensive. I was going to say full of the spirit and blind as a bat, but that can come off as offensive and arrogant. So I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because it's like an oxymoron. But I just don't understand. I really believe though it's going to be easy. I used to read the Book of Revelation and different books, end time books, and say, "Yo, it's going to be hard for people to take that mark. People are going to know what's coming." First of all, a lot of people think that the written word of the Most High Yah is a fairy tale or is written by man and not inspired by Yah himself, so they don't believe it's going to come to pass. Second of all, a lot of people they don't believe in the mark of the beast, and different things like that. Third, a lot of people think they're gonna fly away, they're gonna be gone. They're just gonna fly away from everything. That's what we've been taught of recent. Um, but I believe it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be a lot easier to take the mark than not, right? Um, all these different things, C-19 and all these different things, in my opinion, is just a lot of tests to see how we react. Can they handle the capacity of these different shutdowns and all these different things? I just believe that there are tests, right? The things that happened the other day, as far as with all of the cybersecurity systems going down, it affected so many people, banks, prisons, airlines, right? I don't believe that just oops all berries just happened, and that's just my opinion. People, think I'm conspiracy theory guy. I don't think that just happened. I think that those are tests. I believe more are coming, right? We are interdependent, and more millionaires and billionaires are being birthed every day because of the internet, because of the different things that we got, the technology that we got in place. And I was like, the only way that they would have to disrupt that was to unplug everything and get a great reset. We were talking about that with Charles Claude Schwab, and a lot of those guys over there having these secret meetings because they still want to be in control of the bodies and souls of men. You got people that's just they want more than money. Money is boring to them now. They want the soul. They want the body and soul of men, and we know behind them is Hasatan himself. He wants Lucifer. He wants to control, and Isaiah 14, he said, "I will be like the Most High." He wants worship. He wants to be like the Most High, and it's a lot of playbooks, a lot of crazy things going on But I believe it'll be easy to take the mark. Just the way how we responded to Barack Hussein Obama, and this how we responded to Trump. I say we, talking about the human race. We respond to Trump, and even some so-called believers, or I don't know what they are, believe um, in the two-party system. Like them are the only two people, huh? Trump and Biden. And I'm gonna talk about Biden stepping down in a second. But what's the lesser of two evils? What does that mean? The lesser of two evils. What does that mean? Abba Yahuwah is righteous. There's no lesser of two evils. Well, nobody perfect, and we live in a fallen world, and we might as well put the red in because the blue is got the LGB agenda. We might as well put the blue in because the red says some things that hurt our feelings. What's the lesser of two evils? Convicted felons and can't even vote for yourself, but can get votes. How are you even on the ballot? How are you even on the ballot to run? No one else can run. Yes, they can. It's by design, in my humble opinion. No one else. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I ain't gonna even talk about because I know they're gonna probably be watching everybody, but about the little attempt. You know what I'm talking about? That is just it's insulting our intelligence for people to believe that that really happened. That's an insult to our intelligence, or at least to my intelligence. Ain't nowhere in the world. It's just so many. I mean, I'm not gonna even go into it. That's why I let a lot of days pass because I didn't want to go into it. I'm like, that don't make no sense. You're not gonna stand up and raise your fist. You don't know if the sniper dead or not, or whoever was shooting at you dead or not, or apprehended or not. You're gonna stand up and put your fist in the air. The same time the flag behind you. The same time. Ain't nobody scattering off the stage. Y'all just yell, you chant USA, right? And then you come with a fake bandage on your ear, and then you got everybody with the bandage on their ear. It's insane. It's insane. But I this is what I believe, and I'm glad, truth or negative, shout out to Elder Ron. He was talking about this as far as and I the last hurrah as far as because they really want to usher in this global system. See, global currency, global police, uh, global government, and right now the U.S. is supposed to be like the big brother of the free world, right? But Russia's there. You got China's there. You got all these different wars and rumors of wars. You got all this crap going on, right? U.S. is fighting everybody with $34 trillion in debt. How are you fighting the whole world? How are you coming to the aid of occupied Israel while letting genocide happen to the Palestinian people? Right? Then we got racist white Christianity over here. That's just I can't even begin to talk about that. Not right now. But I will say this. That is insane. That is plain Jane insane. I knew, and I'm gonna tell you, this is. I really believe that they wanted to get Donald J in there. I didn't know how they was gonna do it. After that fake attempt, I said he's in now. Whether Joe would have stepped down or not, he is definitely in there, right? And so you got people on the blue like we can't put him, we can't let him go in there because of the Project 2025 and all of these things they're gonna put in place. They ain't new that's been their heart since day one. Why you think the Confederate flag can wave? We up here in the north. I stay in the north. People still ride around with Confederate hats, Confederate flag on their truck, Confederate tats. I thought it was over. I thought the Civil War was over, right? But you still got that Confederate flag because it never died. It never died. It never died. It's still ideologies, right? The fascism and the communism, all that stuff is still there, right? They just cloak it. They put it in a new package. So the whole thing of voting for this lesser of two evils, I'm going to vote for Donald J. More so than the other guy because it's the lesser of two evils, and he's pro-abortion, pro-life. Okay, you can go with that, pro-life. I feel you. I'm pro-life myself because we all made in the image. Well, I ain't gonna say we all, because it's a serpent seed in the earth. That's not even human, but those are humans are made in the image and likeness of the Most High Yah, right? Genesis 1:29, 126, 127. I get that. Genesis 1:26, 27. We made an image and likeness of Yah, right? We don't just kill people, right? So, but there's also a depopulation agenda. How you gonna be pro-life and depopulation? How you gonna be pro-life and back to blue no matter what they do? Okay, so you pro-life and they get here, right? And they don't have resources. And I'm not saying abort, but listen to what I'm saying. They get here, right? They become of age, and you just shoot them dead in the street. I thought you was pro-life. I thought you was pro-life. You get here, they don't do what you want them to do, and you shoot them, kill them dead in the street. That don't make sense. You ain't pro-life. You want some more slaves. You want the bodies and souls of men. Ye are of your father the devil. Right? So I believe it's gonna be easier to take the mark. But I believe Donald J gonna be in there. He gonna do his 4 years. This is my opinion. And it's not the end of the world message right here. So I'm for those who listening on playback, just bear with me. He's gonna get in there. He's gonna do his 4 years. He gonna stink it up really bad with revised fascism and racism. Well, racism never left. It just repackaged. Revised fascism, right? It's gonna be nuts, right? Oh Hitler, oh Hitler. Okay, that ideology never left. It's in the fabric of the United States of America since day one, right? And I'm not being negative, or I'm just telling you, we can do a show by show. So he's gonna get in there, stink it up real bad. All these they're gonna try to tear up everything so they can reset it. Now once they reset it, they probably gonna get that UBI, Universal Basic Income, fair use. Let me put fair use at the bottom for the people get the crying. Universal Basic Income, right? And that was a test when we got those stimulus stuff like that, right? So everybody equal, all created equal, because we've been crying for civil rights and being equal all of this time. So this is just part of the playbook. So he getting there stinking up real bad. Putin and Xi Jinping and everybody tear the whole world up real bad. So they like, man, we just need one global government, not no big eyes and little U's, not no America running things, not no China running things, not no Russia running things. We run it, we interdependent amongst each other, right? And so then the whole thing with the Arab fighting over there, it'd be like, oh, okay, this religious thing, they call it a religious war or whatever. But that's a whole story behind that. Um, occupied Israel, right? They would be ready to go back to Ukraine. That's the reason why they're fighting over there too. They from Khazar, they're Khazarians. They from Khazar. They ready to go back to Ukraine. Then they gonna say, you know what? We're gonna have this. Everybody's just gonna get along, interfaith, right? So then now you got one world government, one interfaith, and then the economy's crashing and all of that, right? 34 trillion in debt. How you gonna reverse that? Who's in office gonna reverse 34 trillion in debt? Tell me that. Who's in office is gonna reverse $34 trillion in debt? Kamala not, cause she an AKA. What that mean? She's a woman of color and she's an AKA. Okay, so now you got all the black votes going for her because Joe sat down, and then you got the other red going for Trump, right? Racist white evangelicals and some delusional Negro churches, going for Trump, right? Because he's the lesser of two evils, right? Because he's pro-life. That stuff don't make sense. We are for the kingdom of the Most High Yah. We are for the kingdom of the Most High Yah. We're not for that. And I understand. I grew up in a town that's very, very political, right? Very political, right? But I'm talking about on a national scale. What happened to all of that electoral college and stuff we was talking about? We just forgot about all of that stuff, and we running frantic and panicking instead of trusting in the Most High Yah. That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. The lesser of two evils because he believed in pro-life. That is crazy, insane. So Joe, he's older. He can't do it. They say he got COVID. Okay. So now she's gonna step up, or whoever they get with her. You got till November. So you got August, September, October, and November. If you count that month, that's 3.5, 4 months to try to run to these swing states and convince people not to vote for Donald J. They already put out the world's smallest violin because he fake got assassinated or almost assassinated crap. Donald J is getting in there. Period point blank. That's just my opinion. That's what they're gonna put that's what they're gonna put in there. They're gonna put it in there. Then you got people putting up these scriptures. He 6:11 and that's when they shot him. And so Ephesians 6:11. And again, I don't condone no death. I don't want no man, woman, or child to die. Period. It ain't that serious. But I'm just saying, it's crazy. That don't make sense, man. You guys got to do critical thinking, man. Use your critical thinking skills. Ain't nobody gonna be left on no platform after somebody is shooting, and then you just gonna come up from beneath Secret Service, raise your fist, and everybody USA, USA, and a 20-year-old boy, no military experience, can shoot clear across a field and nick his ear. That boy not that cold, man. Come on now, come on, y'all. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. If you want to vote for him, vote for him. If you don't want to vote for him, but don't insult my intelligence. That joint, that don't make no sense. That's the same thing with MLK back in the day. Said somebody, it was a guy in prison. He breaks out of prison, goes all the way to Memphis to shoot MLK. So he just breaks out of prison, and that's his whole goal in life is to go shoot. That stuff don't make sense, y'all. That stuff don't make sense, and it goes on and on and on. And we think because it's 2024, people have changed and changed of heart. People die, spirits don't, and their assignments never change. So the Apostle Alexander used to say, God, no, brother, elder, people die, spirits don't, and their assignments never change. Come on, man, we gotta use our critical thinking skills, right? They don't want us to use critical thinking skills. They want us to believe what they show us and believe what they tell us. And then we got fact checking. We got you didn't vet your sources and all that. No, 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 man. You want us to believe what you want us to believe. Okay, that's insane. The lesser of two evils. Crazy. Not everybody on the blue side finna panic because of the agenda 2025. They panicking. We got to get somebody in there. Donald J gonna say something to hurt our feelings, and he gonna put this agenda 2025 out, and all of the AKs, Deltas, Zetas, everybody gonna just run because she's a part of the Divine Nine and vote for her, and it's not gonna be enough votes. There's not gonna be enough votes. They gonna give it to Donald J. Period. Point blank. They gonna give it to him. Occupied Israel. People still. still sending money to Israel. You got churches full of the Holy Ghost and blind as a bat. How that happen? I said I wasn't gonna say that. Y'all spirit filled, discerning the signs of the time, but believe the people over in Israel is true Israel. Blind as a bat. Wake up. So I was coming out the store last night and I seen this full moon. And I was like, ooh, it was low too. It was a trip. I was tripping off of that mug. I was like, man. And all I said, because I was going to the store, grocery shop, I said, Abba, man, what time is it? That's the first thing I said. What time is it? What time is it, Abba? What time is it? What do you want? What are you saying? That should be all of our mindsets. Don't worry about the person that can kill the body, but worry about him who can kill both the body and throw your soul in hell. Scriptures say that. Abba, what you want? All this delusional rhetoric. And it'd be the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Fear Yah and keep his commandments. I know, like I said earlier, I know commandments is a cuss word now. Can't say commandments around the church. They lose their mind. They think you taking their grace pill. No, they can coexist. You can keep his commandments and still have grace. Relax, calm down. He ain't taking your grace from you. Fear Yah and keep his commandments. So I was talking earlier today. Like right now it's 6:36 p.m. Central Time. It's 6:36 p.m. That's what time it is. It's not 5 in the morning. It's not midnight. It's not 2 in the afternoon. It's 6:36. That's specific. And a lot of folk, you ask them what time it is, they saying all kind of stuff. Oh, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it's not. It's 6:36. What time is it? What time is it, people? What time is it? We got to know what time it is. And so we got all of these voices and all of these opinions with these broke clocks looking at the wrong Israel. Maybe if we put Donald J in office, then we can save the United Snakes of America. Maybe if Kamala get in there, we can save the United Snakes of America. No. Your people is not going to save the United Snakes of America. Well, we need to buy time till we can fly away and get caught up in the sky. Right? No. So I'm going to share this little video real quick. Van Jones, he was all emotional. I couldn't believe it. Joe Biden stepped down, and this dude was all on CNN. Looked like he was crying. Check this out. Fair use.
Expect him to speak with the vice president about this. Priscilla, keep us updated on what you're learning about this. We also have Van Jones joining us. He is CNN's senior political commentator and a former Obama administration official. And Van, obviously, you and I were talking a lot about this dynamic and how this was ultimately going to play out when we were covering the Republican convention in Milwaukee last week. And with this news, this entire campaign has just upended itself.
I learned this one tip from a crazy good therapist, and it completely changed the way prospects.
Yeah, there's a lot of political stuff. The Democratic Party is a family. At the end of the day, this is a family matter. You know, Joe Biden's body may not be as strong as it used to be. His language skills may not be as sharp as it used to be. His heart is as big as ever. His heart is as big and as true and as strong. And this is the difference between a politician and a leader. He made a selfless decision, and people are heartbroken. Even people who are pushing for this to happen. It's kind of like when your grandpa, you got to take the keys, and everybody, you got to take his keys, you got to take his keys, you got to, and he's fighting, and everybody's so frustrated, and then you finally get the keys back, and then you just cry. Because this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you care about. This is somebody who was there for you. This is somebody you wouldn't be here without him. And you have to take something from him. Now, this is not, look, this politics is politics, but this is a human moment for one of the great humans in America. This is a huge moment for him, for his family, for all of us who love him, for all of us who wanted him to get across the finish line. But if you're a young person watching this is leadership. This is patriotism. This is what it means to put the country first and put the party first and put the cause first. When your arm gets tired, you let somebody else finish pitching the game. That's what Joe Biden has done. And he's done that for all of us. And so I just want to say, I don't know who's going to be the VP, the non-VP. I don't know anything about politics. I just know that I love this man. I care about this man. It was painful every day to sit up here and talk about him like he's just some problem for the party. Wait till we get to the convention. You're going to see people crying, standing, screaming, cheering. He may not get a chance to talk for 10 minutes. We finally get a chance to put our arm around this guy. He did the right thing for this country, the right thing for this party. All of us are going to be in this situation someday. And I hope that we take a moment to honor this man and to love this man. I love Joe Biden. I appreciate what he's done. And a lot of people are heartbroken today, even if it's.
All right. So I don't know if people are going to be crying at maybe some people is going to be crying at the convention. I don't know. I won't be watching it. But it's crazy, man. It's going to be so easy to take the mark. And I'm praying for the bodies and souls of men. I'm praying for the called out ones. I'm praying for it's crazy. It's so crazy, man. It's so easy. We got hope in a fallen system, right? And I'm not talking negative. We just got to see what the Most High need, what the Most High want. What time is it? It's 6:42 p.m. Central, not 5 in the morning. When you say those people over there in Israel is the people in the Bible, you're telling people lies, right? It's mystery of Israel and the church 2.0. It's a whole other different level. We ain't even taught it. They make sure they don't teach the truth in the cemeteries. They teach you little things about it. They don't teach you the things about the Most High Yah all the way. And you walking around with a cemetery degree, not seminary, cemetery degree, and you telling people the wrong time. Trump is not that time. Biden is not that time. The folk over in Israel is not that time. And we are delusional to embrace the things of Babylon. They're gonna be crying at the DNC convention. Again, my man, it's a lot going on. I'm not dogging Joe. I'm not dogging, but I'm just saying, man. Come on, man. We focus on the wrong thing. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Look at that statue, right? That dream in Daniel 2, right? The head of gold was the Babylonian kingdom. The silver arms was the Medes and Persia kingdom. The belly and bronze was Greece. Then Roman kingdom. Then feet of iron and clay is the restored Roman Empire. That's where we at right now. We right here where the feet is at. And then the dream. It said there was a rock not made by hands that came and crushed all of the kingdoms of the world, and it became a seating mountain, and it was great. And that is the kingdom of Yahushua HaMashiach. That's the kingdom that's going to reign and rule forever once the last kingdom is destroyed. Right? That kingdom is going to reign and rule forever. So we're not trying to revive the Holy Roman Empire. We're not trying to preserve the kingdom of racism, white supremacy, fake kingdom. There is a kingdom called Kingdom of Racism, White Supremacy. And they're doing anything they can to preserve that kingdom. Instead of letting go of that kingdom, and embracing thy kingdom come, thy will be done, right? And I'm not just talking about them. There's little kingdom. People got little churches. They got little kingdoms in their little churches, and they're the king of their kingdom, right? We got, or there's so many things you can become an idol and make a church, a kingdom. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. It's time for us to sober up. It's time for us to sober up and see what the Most High wants and get our house and our life in order because it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And those things with the security, cybersecurity thing, there's gonna be more of that. And I'm not doom and glooming y'all right now. And it's okay. It's but I'm just saying we gotta use critical thinking skills. We're smarter than that. Let's try to check out this real quick. I'm gonna show y'all this real quick. If y'all know this from 2 days
Do you
ago.
have patients with chronic joint pain? Well, here's what transform results in my clinic.
This is an NBC News special report. Here's Hoda Kotb.
Good morning. Good to see you. You are coming on the air right now with breaking news. A massive global technical outage tied to CrowdStrike, which is a major cybersecurity provider, has knocked critical computer infrastructure offline all across the country and, in fact, all around the world. It's an issue with a software update. It's impacting lots and lots of Microsoft computer systems worldwide, from businesses to emergency services, 911, traffic lights, transit systems, and it's having a major impact on airlines as well. American, Delta, United, they're all keeping their flights grounded. You're looking at some live scenes from the airport. It is chaos again, 6 a.m. on the East Coast, and this is the scene now. They're having difficulty even printing any kind of boarding passes. This, of course, is a developing situation. The full scope of this problem remains to be seen. And Brian, as we get started right here in Studio 1A, we should point out computers at NBC News right here as we're getting on the air. We're trying to do some workarounds here to get on the air, but this is something that's affecting people worldwide.
Yeah, and other newsrooms, our partners over at Sky News, having issues as well. I mean, this is impacting all different types of businesses. When you talk about airlines, you also talk about, just 911 services, in some cases reporting outages as well. And you're even hearing of anecdotes of banks in other countries experiencing that. We don't yet have reporting of banks in the United States being impacted by this, but this appears to be not just in the United States, worldwide, and across different types of industries.
This definitely speaks to what I feel like is the fragility of the situation. It's like this is not a cyber attack. This is a computer kind of snafu that happened.
Yeah, and just to kind of walk you through exactly what's going on here. So this appears to be an issue between CrowdStrike and Microsoft. So CrowdStrike, for those that aren't familiar, is a cybersecurity firm that basically provides businesses with a way to foolproof their systems from being hacked. Now, apparently what happened was that CrowdStrike was working on some sort of update. We just heard from the CEO in the last few minutes describing this as not a security incident or cyber attacks. I don't repeat that again. It doesn't appear to be a cyber attack at issue here. But the reason why CrowdStrike is so instrumental to not just businesses here in the United States, but around the world, is because any sort of business that hires CrowdStrike to basically foolproof their systems, well, they're going to be incorporating that into their computers. So if they get that, it's being plugged into Microsoft computers. If there's an issue with CrowdStrike, it takes down all of those Microsoft computers that are related to that. The company's saying Mac and Linux computers are not impacted, but again, this is very widespread.
That's interesting because I think what happened was a lot of people, this was happening in Australia, Europe, while we were all sleeping. We woke up and we were like, what's going on?
So that was supposed to have been a little fake crash all over the world just to test. And they said it affected banks. It affected all kind of businesses. You can't use your card. See, that's the even playing field. So they crash, the dollar, because they're going to get rid of the currency. Then it's going to be like, some kind of Bitcoin currency or something, or use a card or whatever. But if the systems is down, I don't care if you got $7 million, you can't get to it. You can't get to that 7 million. Everybody on the same playing field. So crash the whole thing and they restarted over. Like I said, one world police, one world government, because Donald Trump about to mess it up. They want him in there. He's a court jester. He's the laughing stock of the world. So put him back in there. They took him out. He was going to do all the straight eight, in my opinion. He was going to do a straight eight, but then he started believing his hype. He started getting hype. You know what I mean? I'm this, I'm that. And like, nah, man, stand down. We need you to ABC, XYZ. Oh, no, I'm going to this, that, and the other. I'm Donald J. They said, all right. So they snatched it from him, put his Twitter, spanked his hands a little bit, gave it to Joe. Then they're like, all right, we're going to give it back to you, man, but you're going to have to follow how we got this going, man. All right, bet. I'm going to behave this time. So when he get back in there this time, he going to be saying some crazy stuff like he on his apprentice show, but he gonna stink it up real bad. And it's going so when they pull the plug and they reset it, everybody gonna have to fall in line and go through this funnel. I know this sounds crazy and science fiction to get back in with everything. You might get a UBI, basic income or whatever. What did Schwab say? You will own nothing and be happy, right? Um, you got to have your social credit score got to be up to par, which means you probably want to be up to date with all your jabs, right? Church is going to be opening up so that people can get their jabs. Just I don't understand it. There's churches around here that open up their doors so people can get the jab for. I just don't understand it, but nevertheless, churches are going to be opening up their doors to get jabs, right? You got to be up to date on your shots, up to date on this, that, and the other, up to date on all of that. Then you'll get your points or your coin or your ration of food. They're trying to make it like the Hunger Games for real. They want it to be a Hunger Games for real. The bodies and soul of men. They want to stay in control. I know that sounds crazy, but it's coming to a city near you. So that's why we got to have a relationship with the Most High Yah. Listen for the still small voice, right? Be in relationship with the Most High Yah and see what He want, because we hanging on to this fallen world. It's crazy, right? So we got to get focused. We got to refocus, right? Our hope is not in Donald J. Our hope is not in Kamala, because she an AKA somewhere, a black woman, whatever, whoever. If they didn't let Hillary Rodham get in, and she a European woman, what makes you think I'm gonna leave that alone? I'm gonna leave that alone. And you might say, well, Barack Hussein got in, but what happened to our community? What have he done for our community? He was on a T-shirt. He looked like us. All right, he did something for every other community except for ours, because he couldn't. He couldn't. He couldn't. He was limited to what he could do. Right? He couldn't do what he wanted to do. See, these folks think 30, 40 years ahead. They don't. That was an experiment. You won't see that again. Anyway, so I wasn't trying to be the bearer of bad news, but I just wanted to know, what is the lesser of two evils, man? What does that mean? The lesser of two evils. You got folk embracing Donald J, man. And even after all of this, they still gonna do it. It's cool. It's cool. You gotta believe in something. You've been voting since you was 5 years old. Continue. Enjoy. Do what you gotta do. But all I'm gonna tell you is this: it's not gonna stop prophecy. It's not gonna stop the wrath of the Most High Yah. It's not gonna stop the beast coming up on the scene. The beast is born and alive. He wants to come up on the scene. He can't be hiding in the catacombs, right? He got to come out and solve this world problem. I don't know if y'all seen that Spider-Man with that Mysterio. He would go and create these problems, and then these fake little problems, and turn around and solve the problem, order out of chaos, right? It's got to be a problem. It's got to be a problem for him to fix so we can worship him and follow him. I'm gonna say that again. It's gotta be a problem that he can fix so we can worship him and follow him. It has to happen like that. Look, we ain't even he not even on the scene yet. We didn't follow. We worship everybody. We worship everybody except the Most High Yah. We worship everybody except the Most High Yah. Beyonce, Drake, Kendrick. I said it. Kamala, cause she an AKA. Joe, Trump. We worship Obama. We worship all of them folk, man. That's crazy. So anyway, so blessings to you, Eric Tinsley, and blessings to you, Ron Hosley in Las Vegas. In Vegas. Yeah, my brother out there. Oh, 4:36 in Las Vegas. Yeah. That's what time it was. Right? It ain't 7 in the morning. And people is with these fake prophecies, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I have to get off here. I got another meeting. That bad puppy is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Blessings, Eric Tinsley. Blessings to everybody on the playback. These messages I really don't like to do, but it's just a lot going on and more to come. These fake power outages, like, come on, man, come on. Because if they take away the dollar, crash the dollar, and everything goes digital, and then they have a fake crash, who's going? The pump's down. You can't get gas. You can't swipe in the store and get food. Right? You can't fly. Digital work, you can't work. You can't get your digital money to do anything, to buy anything. Right? So the global reset is no man will what? Be able to buy and sell without the mark in his right hand or his forehead. Right? You won't be able to buy or sell at all. At all. For real. So, and folks just thinking if they put the right person in office, they're trying to preserve the kingdom of racism and white supremacy. They both work together. They just want to be in charge. It's like two brothers, right? And they both want to be in charge. The Anglo and the Khazar. They both want to be in charge of everything, but they can't. So they got to work together, but they really don't like each other. But they got to work together, but one can't take the other one out, right? And the illusion of inclusion, the democracy, to believe that people are elected instead of selected, that's a trick. The illusion of inclusion is a trick, right? They they try to see who's gonna be in control of the people and then the resources. Now here's the thing: the middle class that get a little bit of amenities think that they are part of it, and they're not. You could go to you got a little bit more expendable cash. You got some vacation property. You can go to the Super Bowl. You can go to but you're still not a part of that 1%. It's a 1%, 13 bloodline, 9 unknown men that runs everything, right? The Red Shield people. I'm gonna put it like that. The Rothschilds, the Lyns, the DuPonts. It's a certain group of families, and I'm not gonna say any more on that. But you think that you're a part of their team because of the color of your skin, because you're European, just because you got a few steaks to eat, some expendable cash, you got a boat, you got your little whatever. No, and they're gonna show you real quick that you're not on their team, and they're gonna make you. They're gonna make civil war. They're gonna make you blame. You're gonna blame each other. The blue is gonna blame the red. The red is gonna blame the blue. But it's a puppet. It's a puppet master behind the two. Blue is gonna blame the red. Red is going to blame the blue, and it's a puppet master behind the two. So they're not on the team. They think they're on the team. So I think that Jeremiah 16:19, we have inherited lies. That's what they're gonna say. They're gonna be mad, and they're gonna be full of rage. They're gonna have these guns and stuff, and they're gonna say, "It's all of the blue. Go get them." And then they're gonna say, "It's all of the red. Go get them." So you can turn your guns in on each other. Because if that was the case, they're just, a lot of countries you can't have weapons, Second Amendment and all that, right? You can't have weapons. So they're like, we can't just go in like we want to. So we're gonna have them destroy each other, then call martial law and go in there after they kill each other. They fund both sides of the war, fund both sides of all the wars. This war is coming up, the war on drugs, the war on illiteracy, the war on crime, all of that. Fund the Crips and the Bloods, right? All them little gangs down in Haiti and Jamaica, where they getting that stuff from? Funding both sides. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. We will be back on probably midweek, but I just thought that was very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Elephant Man Podcast, Grown Man Conversation, dealing with evidence in the room. I am out. Perfect.